We're going to go live just like that.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. We're fine. We're fine. We're the food scientists.
No problems here. Good to see you.
Just hold up food so you know this is really what we meant to do.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, that's me. Sorry, guys.
Amy. Oh, just so you all know, Amy is drunk this week, so just forgive her.
I'm frazzled, but I'm here with all sorts of food, so that's good.
It's fine.
We are getting ready to record episode 155 of our podcast, and I will admit I was making the event for this last night, and I had no idea. I was like 189. What? No.
It's a lot.
Yeah, we're at that point. It's like it's over 100. I can't count.
It's like 3 years.
We're in our fourth year.
I know we are in our fourth year.
Because I make each year a season, and we're in season 4.
Ooh.
Ooh. You know what that means? Someone's getting replaced by Ted McGinley.
Uh-oh.
We're going to jump the shark here this season.
Yeah.
Look out.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's your official old guy joke of this.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be like, what?
What? Google it.
Not only do they not know who Ted McGinley is, they won't know their significance.
But Jump the Shark, that was a great website. I don't know why that was in a way, but
it was. It should still be there. But that was my favorite category of Jump the Shark, was all of the shows that jumped the shark because Ted McGinley was added to the cast.
I think that when we start eating salad products, that's when we jump the shark here.
Well, I already eat salad, but I know better than to eat it on the podcast.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. I'm sure at some point in the last 4 years I've eaten a salad. Like maybe a pasta salad.
But you know what, guys? I didn't have a salad today.
Congratulations, Amy. Time to reset the little sign on the refrigerator.
I had pizza for breakfast, which we'll talk about later in the podcast.
Even better. Should we do the podcast?
We probably should, but we can say hi to Pops, Heather, and my eyes are bad, Sandmer and Yoange.
We weren't kidding. Amy's drunk.
It's 2 words that are 3 letters long.
I was trying very hard not to pull these out. I was pressed for time to do my normal setup, and the words are small.
Just make sure you stay tuned for the after party. It's an intervention this week.
Yeah. Actually, Amy doesn't know this, but upstairs in her guest room is all of her friends and family except for us.
And maybe even us. You know.
Yeah. Like that's why Brian has a virtual background, is he's actually on her toilet. And
Danny's is a virtual background too that looks like his home office.
I took a picture of my home studio and I made it a virtual background because I'm in the other bathroom.
And Ange, don't make me time you out. You know, I love doing that. I will if you keep that language up.
And there really could be family and friends hiding in my house because I literally walked in, turned on my computer to start this.
It's a professional podcast.
I
came home.
Oh, we're pausing. This is the professional sign for pause.
Yeah, I suppose I should do that. This is the Food Scientist Podcast. I am your host, Amy Zajac. I am here with Brian Pierce.
Hello, everyone.
And Danny Sussman.
Hello, entire world plus.
Plus?
Plus. You know, the aliens, too. Like people that live on... There could be people in other worlds.
Well, yeah, if we send this out via radio waves, it'll be going through the entire universe.
You don't know where these tubes go.
Yep. Well, we'll have our normal news and experiences. Then we have some birthday cake Chips Deluxe. And then we have Chips Deluxe versus Chips Ahoy, regular original chocolate chip cookies.
Those both look very similar, by the way.
Yeah, there's a reason we're doing those right next to each other. We have something called Prince Polo milk chocolate confections.
Yeah, they're from Poland. A gift from my dad.
Yeah, thanks, Pops.
Yeah, hopefully if we don't get sick, because that will be awkward.
Oh, that would be awful. Maybe. Have you been fighting recently? Is there something we should know that maybe we're...
No, I think we're pretty good. I think we're in a good place. And so I trust what he sent.
Okay, I don't want a drive-by snack situation here.
Well, just in case those aren't any good, we are ending with 3 kinds of Kaleidos, which is like Kroger brand sandwich cookies. Think Oreo, but also other flavors. Yeah,
they have flavors that Oreo has not dared to make, like salted caramel and chocolate and coconut and lime. And my favorite, unicorn. I'm pretty sure that they actually ground up unicorns and put them in the cookies. So I'm really excited because
But,
I haven't had unicorn since Little Debbie did that.
oh,
You
know
if
what?
you haven't figured this out, it's an all cookie episode.
Yes,
Yeah.
all cookies. That is fun. The unicorn trend is one that just can go away. That and the mermaids. I mean, we'll talk about that later. But
why do we want to know what unicorns and mermaids taste like?
Well, we're going to find out.
A sad note before we get going here, we record this live in front of YouTube, and our chat is always great, but we had a little drama here. I had to take a little action. Someone used the S word repeatedly. You know the one.
You know who else can take action?
Yeah, but I'm just saying that this is a family show. We don't use words that begin with S and end with alid here. So we're just gonna do that.
But if it's prefaced with sugar, like this is like
that's fine. That's fine.
I was just listening to some George Carlin, right? Like there's so many words that it just matters.
This
the
is
context.
not TV.
There's so many words, like it's just the context in which you use them, right? Like I can prick my finger all day long and it's absolutely fine.
Hey, look, the food scientist just typed that S word in there, guys.
Well, we're getting taken off YouTube. It's been a good one, folks.
I am.
Okay, I suppose we should move on to some news.
Yes. Okay. Speaking of unpleasant things, let me just get this one out here.
Okay. Get this out there.
The people at Peeps have been very kind to send us products previous
The Peeps
years.
people.
Yes.
They're my Peeps.
They have been.
Yes. So I'm going to say that. However, their products make me question life sometimes.
They're, as some would say, they're not your favorite.
They're not my favorite. They're no Little Debbie. They're no Oreo. They're no Dairy Queen Blizzard. And I see other people, your pro salad stances. I'm not messing around here. I will kick you all out if I need to.
Yes, I like Peeps is worse than salad.
Okay, so Peeps, though, they are coming out with a new product. It's a little gift set for Easter. It's Peeps in a mug. So it is marshmallow flavored cake mix in a Peeps mug.
I think we're going to have to try that.
I mean, okay, you're making cake, good. Marshmallow flavored cake?
Well, listen, Brian, you have to remember the Peeps people, because of COVID, they had to shut down all of their production, right? Like that's why we've gone many holidays without Peeps, right? My beloved Ghost Peeps, I had to do without my favorites for roasting, and so but they were just making their regular Peeps. They also have another one that's out that is Peep based. They have a Peeps decorating kit, which I always thought they already kind of came decorated because of the weird little nose and mouth, right? The little eye dots. But what this gets you is a pack of Peeps marshmallow chicks or bunnies, a pack of icing.
What flavor?
It just says I haven't had it yet.
Okay.
It just says pre-mixed icing pouch. So it's icing flavored icing. And then you get assorted edible candy decorations like flowers and mustaches and sunglasses and lips.
Now when the people
you can then attach
we need
to your
get
Peep.
that too. It's like a Mr. Peeps head no more Mr. and Mrs. It's like a Peeps decorate anyway.
It's like when you had a picture of your high school principal and you drew the little glasses and mustache and like a cigarette hanging out of his mouth in your yearbook. It's like that, but with Peeps. And they supply the adhesive and the parts.
Now I don't know if I want to know this, but when they say candy things, do they mean marshmallows?
It's just candy, Brian.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
like
just
it's kind of like what are
and shapes.
Well,
what are sprinkles made out of?
Wax.
No.
Some are.
How about cinnamon Imperials?
I mean, you could probably get those. You know what? I'm going to get those for this so that I can have little devil Peeps with red eyes. And then I'm going to feed them to both of you. And you're both going to start choking, but for different reasons.
I think
Brian,
we need to have a Peeps decorating contest amongst the three of us.
Well, I'm not artistic that way, so I will lose, and then I'll really lose because I'll have to eat what I made.
Yeah, I'll just set it up so that I can set it on fire because I love roast Peeps. I don't think this is going to end well. Yeah.
So, we were talking about should we have our annual Peep show? Maybe we'll have to make that work this year, not with all the same flavors again, because there are no new flavors of Peeps, but with these products. We'll see.
We'll do something.
Okay, I have non-Peeps news,
Thank you.
Oh.
but it's kind of Oreo news, even though it's M&Ms, not Oreos. They are coming out with mint M&M's ice cream cookie sandwiches, and they're out now. I mean, it's an ice cream sandwich with M&M's, so it's probably good, but did this really need to be an M&M product?
Yeah, well, there's M&Ms in the cookies.
I know. Like I said, get it for me, I'll eat it. That's not a problem. It's just...
You know what? I love a good ice cream sandwich made with cookies. Like, my guilty pleasure has always been the Chipwich, or whatever, your local company has, but the 2 chocolate chip cookies. And what I've never understood is why it is impossible to make that yourself. Like,
because the cookie gets too hard.
Like, the cookie gets too hard, or if you have it too soft, like, it all squishes out the sides to get the right texture of the ice cream and the cookie. Like, you have to be a multi-billion-dollar corporation. No human can do it.
Yeah.
Deep thoughts.
It does seem like it shouldn't be that complicated. I do want to address something, but I'm not anti-marshmallow. I just want to go on the record of that. I don't like Peeps because of the texture. I don't like how the marshmallow is usually stale because it's been sitting there a year plus, allegedly.
Right, when we had those freshies
Brian
last year, those were better.
Peeps somehow.
I think most people do. But also the sugar, the ones that have the sugar around them, the texture there, the crunchy and the chewy, just no.
Do we have other news? Because my experience is going to go right at Ange, who just has it out for us today.
Oh, no, I'm with her on the mint too. I can do a thin mint, but
then let's do this.
Like mint. Okay, yeah. What do you got, Dan?
So, and there's a little bit of news in this too. This is not going to be news. Is that I went to Dairy Queen this week.
We just expect that.
Yeah, and so what was the blizzard of the month in February? I'll answer if you don't know.
Was it a raspberry chocolate thing?
No, it was red velvet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
But now here's the catch. Okay, I went this week. It's like, and I know it actually happened on the 22nd of February. Is at DQ, all of the signage changed over, and their website, that the blizzard of the month is the mint Oreo blizzard. But now there's no sign that red velvet ever happened. It's not even on like the limited time menu. It's gone. It wasn't even the blizzard of the month. It was the blizzard of maybe 3 weeks.
Well, this is the thing that I have noticed from Dairy Queens is when there is something that is special or unique, they have to limit the amount that they're buying because their sales are down due to people not going out.
Due to being winter.
That too, winter as well. So they're being cautious with the amount of special product they're buying. Otherwise, they're stuck with it for a while. So I think that people are buying less and it's just running out sooner.
But yeah, like nationwide, every Dairy Queen and their website switched over to mint Oreo. So because I was going to go, I was like, I have not ever had the red velvet. I am going to go and get the red velvet blizzard. We had talked about making it royal. It's gone. Vaporized. It made it 3 weeks and then it disappeared.
Yeah.
So I did have the mint chip shake, which I know some people who like to taunt us in the chat do not like mint.
Some people on the podcast also like to taunt you and don't like.
I mean, a lot of people like to taunt me, but there's one of them who's been talking about mint and defending Peeps and also saying salad.
Do you want me to bring her out again? Because I will do that.
You know what? No, it's fine. It's fine. You don't have to time anybody out. I am just going to put them on blast for the thousands of listeners that we have. Number 3 food podcast in India. So, yeah, they all know that Ange is just, whew. Anyways, the mint chip shake. I very much enjoyed it. But it also got me thinking about the fact that, shakes and blizzards kind of can collide. Have you ever noticed that?
Well, I mean, they're cousins, definitely.
like they're cousins, but like even when you order them online, you can like with the shakes start adding other things into them. Right? So if I can add the cone dip to the shake, what else can I add?
Mm-hmm.
It's just there's a lot of flavors. And then when I was looking, you can add other things, add multiple flavors to a shake. I'm saying it's very interesting to me.
That is, that's definitely something that we need to explore a little bit more.
Right. Like here, I was like, even, the moo lattes, you can customize it and add other things. And so it's really like, do you want it where you can turn it upside down, or do you want to just drink it? Because most blizzards, because if they're doing that with the cone dip to give you little chocolate chunks and that goes right through a straw, I would think you could get most blizzards through a straw by adding a little milk into it. Heather, you can't make a shake royal. I think you would just get that flavor mixed in. You could try.
Yeah, it wouldn't be in the center. It would just get mixed in, right?
Yeah.
But what you can do is you can add whipped cream to the top of a shake, which is harder to do with the blizzard.
Yeah, I mean, you could ask them to do what they can. It wouldn't be the same as a royal blizzard, but you could try. You could ask them to try.
So here's the thing, right? So like on their app, I said if I wanted a mint chip blizzard or a mint chip shake, right? So that already has mint and the cone dip and whipped topping. You can also add to that vanilla, chocolate, fudge, peanut butter, caramel, or strawberry. Now to mint, that would be disgusting. But the fact that you can do it is interesting, right? They have a banana shake. So you could have a banana shake, add peanut butter. That you actually wouldn't be bad with your celery. You put a celery straw in that.
Amy, are you going to go on? She's
celery
rogue in the chat talking about celery.
Amy's drunk.
Celery and peanut butter do go together, and it has nothing to do with being drunk.
Amy forgot about the podcast. She's in chat.
I was in chat. We were talking about celery, guys.
I mean, here's the thing that I will say. I do not like celery, but peanut butter is so magical that it can almost redeem it for some people. Yeah. Not me.
Some people fill it with peanut butter and then put raisins on it. I just do the peanut butter. I don't need
You know what I do with celery? Give it to somebody else.
Butter milkshake?
No, I give it to someone else. Like, here, would you like my celery? That's like my good deed. I'm like, oh, look, here, let me share this thing that's basically dental floss and water with you.
You can also stick it in a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, but tomato juice is also disgusting.
Not if you put enough vodka in it. You need more vodka than tomato juice.
Yeah, but if I'm going to like drink, I know some of us are loaded, but if I was going to just load up on vodka, it wouldn't be adding tomato juice to it.
I also like dipping my celery in salsa. Hey, I am going to turn this into the celery podcast. Thank you, Chad.
Well, next week, join us with our new host, Ted McGinley. And
Amy's going to go to Dairy Queen and ask them to make it royal with celery.
Yes. No.
So did you have any experiences, Brian? I feel like we talked about dairy.
I did.
I have a non-celery experience too, but Brian should go.
I decided to check out the new McDonald's chicken sandwich.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's the thing now. If you're a fast food establishment, you have to have a chicken sandwich, I guess. So
yeah. Even
I know you have some more to say about that too.
Dan. I do, yeah. Even Taco Bell somehow.
Yeah. But I tried McDonald's and it was fine. I don't think that they needed to get in this game. I think that the McChicken that they had was very similar. And if you want a good chicken sandwich, maybe don't go to McDonald's.
I would say here's the measure that I have. Better or worse than a McDonald's burger?
Better. It is better.
So if you went to McDonald's, you're better off getting the chicken sandwich than the burger. But you're saying if you want a chicken sandwich, you're better off not
going somewhere else. Yeah.
Hmm.
And this is the thing, their burgers, it's very thin meat and the bun is fine, but there's nothing special about it. Have you ever splurged
for the quarter pounder?
No, because it's McDonald's and
that one's got more meat to it, but I figured you probably had never tried it.
You don't need more.
It costs like $1 more. So
and do you really want more of McDonald's meat? Really.
I don't eat fast food. I had the Burger King experience last week, and
you You don't eat fast food, but when you do, it's 3 burgers at once.
2 and 1 for the dogs.
And it's spending more than you need to by not ordering correct.
I spent less than $5. Like of all of the
Less
things,
than $3.
Brian, you see, like anyone who knows me knows I have spent money doing stupid things and in stupid ways. And for you to get on me for less than $5 worth of Burger King in the name of science, and I should also add, a fantastic bit.
Check last week's episode if you didn't catch what Danny did, but it's incredible.
Exactly. Well worth $5 and the wrath of 2 episodes for spending it.
The chicken sandwich is on a potato bun at McDonald's, which is better.
I love a potato bun.
I mean, it's a fast food potato bun. Let's not,
Yeah, but a potato bun versus any other bun, potato bun.
True. So the chicken quality was better than the McChicken. The breading was better. It was a good sandwich, but like I said, I would go elsewhere if I wanted a fast food chicken sandwich.
So let's talk about fast food chicken sandwiches. So we talked about this a bunch of weeks ago, that Taco Bell said that they were going to interrupt the chicken sandwich competition with their entry, and they didn't say what it was. And last week they did say what it was. Did you see what it was, Brian?
Oh yeah, and I feel like
Amy's shaking her head no.
For a little bit.
Yeah, they announced the chicken sandwich taco, which is a piece of fried chicken, and then they have like a round bready thing, like almost like a pita, but not the pocket pita, the like spongy pita, wrapped around the fried chicken so that it is like.
So not even a torta.
No, it's take a piece of like fried chicken breast and then wrap this round bread around it so you can hold it like a taco.
Any toppings or sauces or?
Probably. You know what? I stopped reading at chicken sandwich taco.
Because if there's like hot sauce, tomato, onions, queso.
I mean, I'm sure that there's
something.
stuff on it. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not an interruption. It's just a bizarro. I
mean, it's unique. I will give them that. It is something unique. Kind of like when Kentucky Fried Chicken wanted to make, what was that? Was it a donut? No, not a donut made out of chicken.
Yeah, it was the 2 pieces of chicken with it was like the chicken as the bread in a sandwich.
Yeah. I'm being asked, though, what's my favorite fast food chicken sandwich? I think if you're going quick and fast, Wendy's has a good one. It's on the 4 for $4 menu.
I was going to say it's the Popeyes one. That Popeyes chicken sandwich is worth the hype it got.
And Amy, here's how they describe it at Taco Bell. Each sandwich is served in a puffy bread shaped in an iconic taco form and filled with a piece of crispy tortilla chicken and flavorful signature creamy chipotle sauce. The spicy version includes crunchy jalapeno slices for those who can take the heat. Is right. And now here's the thing, Brian. You said it's unique. And here's my take on things that are unique. Often the reason something is unique is everybody else knows better than to do it.
Well, what other fast food place can do that? You're not going to find that at McDonald's.
You're like, you know what I think we're going to do is we're going to have like a fast food burger place that's not like the other 50. Well, it turns out the other 50 figured out you could make money that way. And they could do it your way, but the reason that they're not is that they want to make money, right? The reason not every sandwich is in a taco puffy bread is because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't, but
if it was a good idea, McDonald's would have done it. Just saying.
That doesn't mean it was a good idea necessarily.
No.
If it was a money-making, if it was a profitable
there you go.
idea.
Now you got it. Now you got it.
If there was a market for it.
Well, on that note, I think we should go back to last week.
Yes, because you had homework.
Yes, I wasn't the only one berated by the others.
Last week, Brian tried the Detroit style pizza from Pizza Hut, but he's not from Detroit. You can't say.
So I have no opinion here.
You can say if it's a good pizza or not, but
right.
If it's a good Detroit pizza or not.
Right. Last week we found out if it was a good pizza based on Brian's taste buds. This week we find out if it's a good pizza based on your standards of Detroit pizzas.
Well, I will say as a pizza, it's fine, but I'm gonna give it low marks for Detroit style. It's the right shape.
No. What kind did you try, Amy? They have 4 different kinds.
I know. I just got a sausage pepperoni.
Okay.
It's the right shape. It's rectangular, and they got the cheese almost to the edge, but that's the only ways it's like Detroit style. If the cheese didn't get crispy, you didn't have crispy cheese on the edge. While the dough was cooked through, it wasn't even browned on the bottom. It was just doughy dough. It was too doughy. And the sauce was too wet. I mean, it's not like it was water, but you can have a liquidy sauce or a thicker sauce. Detroit style pizza is usually a thicker sauce. So overall, I found this, if you're expecting a Detroit style pizza and you've had Detroit style pizza in Detroit, you'll be disappointed. If you're just expecting a thicker pizza, almost like a pan pizza, it's probably a good pizza.
No, wait, you said you had the pepperoni?
Mm-hmm. Well, pepperoni sausage. I got 2 toppings.
Okay. Well, because they have one of their new Detroit style pizzas, they call the double pepperoni.
Yeah.
In their release, they included these words. The double pepperoni in particular is a work of pizza art, boasting 80 pepperoni, including 48 slides of crispy cupped pepperoni, which provide a crunchy texture and zesty flavor. Did you have 48 slides of, and they call them slides, not me.
Right.
Did you have 48 crispy cupped pepperoni on yours?
No.
Which is more than half. It's double pepperoni. And they say there are 80 pepperoni, of which 48 are the crispy cupped kind.
Yeah.
Which also makes me wonder, like, how just terrible must it be to work at Pizza Hut, have to make sure that there's exactly 80 on there? Or do they have it all like lined up like Subway, where you just peel the pepperoni onto the pizza?
Angie's agreeing with me. She's like, I'm from Detroit. And after hearing my description, she's like, oh, that's wrong in so many ways then. I'm like, yep.
She is redeeming herself because she's saying that Jet's Pizza, which widely available in the country, is a good Detroit style pizza.
I would say I was disappointed in Jet's when I first had it, but compared to this, yeah, that's way more Detroit.
Yeah.
And again, Jet's was good pizza. I'm not dissing it as pizza. I'm just dissing it with my Detroit bias.
I'll diss it. I haven't even had it.
I'll go ahead, Danny.
No, I would say my one Pizza Hut thing is when I think about Pizza Hut, we talked about this like probably years ago. They had that brief time when they had the hot dogs wrapped in pizza dough around the edge. And I swear to God, I spent like 2 hours one night talking myself into ordering it and then talking myself out of ordering it. And I didn't order it. And I'm very happy that I was able to stop myself, but have really wondered about that ever since. But then I think about it again and I'm like, I probably saved my own life that night. But that's all I do, is I just go back to that night when like I had it in my cart and I'm like it was like kind of like we're gonna have the intervention later. It was like I could just see all my friends and family like seeing me take my finger to the buy now button and like slapping my hand out of the way. And then I'm like, no, I should do it. No, stop. And it was a long night. I may have been sweating.
Well, you got to celebrate a lot of birthdays since then, right? So should we go
oh yeah, let's
birthday
talk about this. Yeah.
Like my segue there?
I did. Mostly it got me out of this.
Yeah. So we got the birthday Chips Deluxe, and I'll let you guys talk about it.
Can I make a confession right now?
Sure.
Never in my life have I had a Chips Deluxe cookie.
Really? No, I thought you've had Chips Ahoy though.
Yeah, at some point.
Okay, because we're going to be comparing the two of those regular cookies very soon here. But yeah, I mean, I think that you will find one thing holds true. There are a lot of preservatives in all these cookies.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, when you talked about it, we should do this, I was like, do people eat Chips Deluxe? I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, people eat Chips Ahoy.
No, Chips Deluxe.
Oh,
I know people eat Chips Ahoy. Do people eat Chips Deluxe? But this is birthday cake, limited edition Chips Deluxe.
Which these have been out for a few months, but we have not talked about them yet. It seemed apropos to do it now. So let's see how these are birthday cake. Like, how does that rank?
Yeah, I guess there's still some chocolate chips in there. It might be as
I don't
well as,
understand.
like,
Yeah,
Fruity Pebbles type flakes.
I think they're called sprinkles, Amy.
It does taste like white cake to me, though. It tastes a lot like white cake, which would not be my choice of birthday cake, but
If you want to put sprinkles in it, they'll show up better.
You know what? It doesn't taste like birthday cake.
Yeah.
It tastes like birthday cake flavoring.
see, and I'm just going to avoid birthday cake because that's not right that they're saying birthday cake, because we've said this before. Birthday cake can be whatever you want it to be, whatever flavor.
Right. Yeah. What I want birthday cake should be an ice cream cake.
But this is
Or
straight up
treat
just like right out of the box white cake that you baked in your oven.
I have a
Some of
question.
my friends even have carrot cake for birthday cake.
Yeah, I have a question. Have either of you ever sat around and thought to yourself, God, I really wish that there was a cookie that tasted like cake?
All the time.
Because I like a cookie cake. Like I enjoy, for my birthday, I would enjoy a cookie cake where you get the big cookie that you could slice like a cake.
Well, you know what? If they made these a little bit more buttery, they could say that it was a yellow cake, and a yellow cake with chocolate frosting. That I would definitely want to try in a cookie format.
I like yellow cake, chocolate frosting, chocolate cake, peanut butter frosting, or buttercream frosting.
I mean, I'm going to say this. It is a cookie, and I will eat it.
All right. In our chat, Corey is the next person wanting to get timed out. Can you put celery on a birthday cake? Yes, you can do whatever you want on a birthday cake. But if you're going to put it on my birthday cake, I am kicking you out of my party.
Right. I mean, there's
celery in, a Jell-O mold.
Yeah. So Corey, here on Earth, we have this thing called gravity. And so if you have a cake and gravity, pretty much anything will go on top of it. It might eventually go through, but I think a cake, yes, it could support it and it wouldn't go through and it would stay on top.
Yeah, that was his question. That was what.
Yeah, like how does it, like the way gravity works? Yes. Like, could I put a pen on a cake? Watch this. Imagine my hand's a cake. Yep, you could do that, but you probably don't want to.
But you know what? I like these a lot more than I thought I was going to.
What's a cookie?
I like them a lot more than I thought I would too.
I feel like I'm just stress eating them right now.
Well, we should move on to the other Chips Deluxe and compare them to the Chips Ahoy. Original Chips Deluxe, just the regular chocolate chip kind, and the Chips Ahoy.
I've never had these before.
And for those watching the live stream, the Chips Ahoy is in my right hand, the Chips Deluxe is in my left. I mean, they look pretty darn similar. I think
the Deluxe is a little thicker of a cookie.
Chips. At least mine do. My Chips Ahoy have bigger chips.
Now, when I saw these in the store, we never talked about, hey, we should compare cookies. But when I saw these, I was like, wait, these are pretty identical in size and ingredients and everything. So, we're going to see which one is the evil twin here.
Ooh.
I can already say I would much rather have the Chips Deluxe birthday cake than the regular Chips Deluxe.
I was just thinking the same thing. Like, this does not bode well for Chips Deluxe.
The Chips Ahoy are actually thinner cookies. I mean, not drastically so, but they're a little thinner.
Now, I know I'm on the record, like, I will eat a stale donut because it's still a donut. But, like, the Chips Deluxe is right on the cusp of would I still eat this cookie? I mean, I'll eat any cookie. But it's on the cusp.
If you get a section with a lot of chips in it, it's not bad. It's pretty good. But I have whole sections without chips in them. Chips Ahoy is more evenly distributed.
The Chips Ahoy is definitely benefiting from us having eaten the two Chips Deluxe first.
That is true. Yeah, I was wondering if that's going to, sway at all.
Like if you gave me a chocolate chip cookie, like a Nestle Toll House cookie, or even like an Entenmann's chocolate chip cookie, and then this, I would be like, don't give me this.
Amy, on the Chips Deluxe packaging, it said 20% more of something. What was the more?
It's 20% more cookies in the bag.
Okay, not okay.
By weight.
More ounces per pack.
Okay. I didn't know if they were adding more chips or what. This is my thought right now. The Chips Deluxe, you get more cookie. It's thicker.
Mm-hmm.
But the cookie is full of preservatives and isn't that great. So just alone, the Chips Ahoy is more chocolatey.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think having more cookie messes up the ratio.
Mm-hmm. So I think based on that, I'm going to say that Chips Deluxe is the evil twin here.
Me too.
I'm going to agree with that. If the fact that there's more of a cookie is a detriment to the cookie, you really need to do some soul searching.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, you know what? This is a bigger cookie, and that's a bad thing. Welcome to being the evil. That's a sign that you might be the evil twin.
Yeah.
It's certainly fine on its own. There's nothing bad about it. But when you're comparing the two, I would have to go with the Chips Ahoy.
Brian, really?
Mm-hmm.
In the spectrum of cookies, this is like at the bottom. I know you're a very nice person. I appreciate that. You look for the positive in everything.
You're telling me
you make this cookie good, put some soft serve ice cream on it and some sauce.
You know what? No, because it's going to squeeze right out the side when I bite into it.
Or put it in a bowl with milk and eat it like cereal.
That's so unhealthy, Amy.
Yeah, we've never poured milk over cookies and eaten it like it was cereal.
Do you know what would make this cookie?
Responsible.
You know what would make this cookie good? If it was literally the only option available for cookies.
Oh, now interesting question from Heather in our chat. Do you prefer softer cookies or crisper cookies? Now, so I'm just thinking of the store-bought ones because there is a soft batch that is a softer cookie, but the preservatives are really amped up in that one. So if you can get past the preservative flavor in your mouth.
Yeah, I was going to agree. For store-bought ones like this, I prefer the crispy. Now, granted, some of the nicer brands like Entenmann's or whatever, the soft are good. Now, homemade, for me, it depends on the cookie.
Yeah, for me, I would say softer because that means fresh. But when you're talking store-bought, not necessarily.
Can I just talk about cookies in general?
Yeah.
No, this is a cookie podcast. Why would you do
that? I don't even know if I always have weird things that I'm up to. So I'm just going to confess this one. So you remember I talked about the butter cookies a few weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
The guy who was making them and selling them. And so I took it upon myself that I wanted to figure out how to make like Chicago public school butter cookies. So I found the recipe. And it's another recipe where there's a point in the recipe where you can freeze the dough. And if you remember a few months ago, I made the chocolate chip cookies where I froze the dough balls. And so I could take them from the freezer to my toaster oven and have warm chocolate chip cookies on demand. So like this past week, I've been eating butter cookies out of the toaster oven on demand, although those do really need to cool and crisp before they're good. But it's got me thinking that I want to write a cookbook of cookie recipes that can go from the freezer to your toaster oven, right? Like here, make all these recipes, portion this out. So you could have like a chest freezer full of all different cookies and then just like make a couple. But then I realized my nirvana would be like, I would actually like reach the height of perfection if I could figure out a way to get all of the recipes to cook at the same temperature, like portion them. So they cook at the same temperature and the same amount of time so that I could just like have an instant warm cookie platter in my toaster oven, right? Like if I could have like the butter cookie portioned and the chocolate chip cookie and a bunch of other ones so that you could just put them on your toaster oven tray and then like 10 minutes later have an assortment of cookies. I feel like the book would sell 1 million copies. I feel like I would do nothing but spend my day eating warm platters of cookies because there's no way you could do that and do it once.
That is true. You know what? This is there is something else because it's a cookie episode, and we were talking about Keebler cookies. I think it's Keebler. Forgive me if I'm wrong here, but they also have a chocolate chip cookie that has little bits of miniature Reese's in it.
Mm.
And there was discussion on, oh, those look good. How are they? And I chimed in with my thought of they're not as good as you would hope. Mm-hmm. What you should do instead is get a chocolate chip cookie, and make a sandwich where the bread is Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Yes.
My sister did say in the chat that the Chips Deluxe with the M&Ms are the best one. And none of them ever listen to me. They just stare at those two beauties. But what that means is if you were on YouTube and you were watching the two pretty people while I was just rambling on, you missed out on just $1 million idea. It's going to make me rich.
And I'll help you. I'll help you work out the bugs by eating the cookies.
Yeah. Also, it's going to get me an insulin pump. But I have good insurance, so it'll be fine.
All right. So, are we ready to move on to our?
Let's go to Poland.
Yeah, move on.
We have a Polish snack. I don't know if Pops is still here in the chat, but Pops the Sus sent us some Polish cookies or biscuits. They probably would call
Prince
them.
Polo. Yeah.
Polo.
Technically, they're neither cookies nor biscuits. They are confections.
Yeah, milk chocolate confection, hazelnut, naturally and artificially flavored.
And these are made by our friends Mondelez, makers
Yes.
of Oreos.
Contains wheat, milk, soy, hazelnut.
I don't have allergies to any of them, and I want to eat.
Neither do I.
I haven't eaten enough yet.
This is like a candy bar sized cookie.
Oh, this is delightful. This is like an adult Kit Kat.
This is the wafer cookie of my dreams.
Lightweight. It's nice.
But it's huge. It's mother large, and it tastes like hazelnut. And there's a lot of it.
Oh,
And there's
good
quite
wafer
a-
cookie.
And the chocolate is not waxy. You know, when it said it was
The
a
European
milk chocolate confection, I thought of it like the American way, which means it's chocolatey, but there's actual chocolate here.
Mm-hmm.
I
No,
don't have Polish guys, so I approve.
and it's definitely the chocolate hazelnut. It is giving the Nutella vibes. You could tell me this is a Nutella
It's
bar.
very
I would-
Nutella. Hey, this is really good.
I would eat this.
This is dangerous for me to have in the house. Thank you, Pops.
Our chat is going off the rails too. Now they're talking about pierogies. I don't know what that
Pierogies.
has to do with anything.
Rogi.
Oh, is that how you say it?
Guya.
Oh,
Brian, do you ever leave that buffet?
no. What would you?
No.
Into this buffet, would you leave?
I mean, granted, I guess a pierogi is not really a good buffet move because there's kind of dough and potatoes. So, like, the cost is low and the filling is high.
I know
so-
you want the sauerkraut pierogi.
Yeah, but
Just don't get the Czernina.
I'm gonna keep eating this.
You know, I know I forgot to look. Is there a website or something where people can buy these? Because I recommend finding these Prince Polo bars.
These are really good.
I don't know, but if you're in Poland, pick them up.
Yeah, or just the internet is a thing. Google Prince Polo and see.
Probably better than Googling the Detroit style pizza description.
It's
and
probably
the,
on Amazon
Taco
or
Bowl.
something.
That one, yeah.
Shall we move on to Kaleidos?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I didn't even. Yeah.
The lime in the coconut.
And by the way, I did a quick Google. The Prince Polo. If you do find yourself in the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, Lithuania, or Ukraine,
As one does.
as one does, it is called siesta there. But it's the same thing.
Okay. Oh yeah, and Sony just said in our chat for these Prince Polos, put peanut butter on them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I need to change my
How
pants.
about dunking them in some hot chocolate?
so Kaleidos.
Okay, yes. So this is from Kroger's grocery store, which we don't have here in Minnesota, but they are widely around.
Yeah, and we've had a Kroger Oreo Kaleidos before. We had one that had the sparkling candy in it once, like the Pop Rocks. But they have a bunch of flavors of their Oreo-like things that Oreo has never attempted.
Which is impressive because usually if a store brand has something, it's a knockoff. It's birthday cake, it's mint, if it's special flavored at all.
Mm-hmm.
So are we starting with the coconut lime?
Sorry, I was just singing the song with it, but we could start
How
with
do you put the lime in the coconut?
Yeah.
I just saw Danny eating and I thought he
I'm still eating Prince Polo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that smells limey.
And these have a lot of filling in them. These are like
Really limey.
nearly special edition Oreo levels of cream. and it's a very distinct green.
It's very green. Okay, I'm a little worried about this one now. I was hoping for more coconut.
You know, I was just thinking,
Coconut in the cookie?
I love coconut, and I hate when coconut gets polluted with lime.
Yeah, you know, the aftertaste, I'm getting coconut.
That's a really soft, mushy cream.
This is growing on me. When we play FMK, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
I would love to dip this in rum.
Yeah,
haven't you already had enough?
I haven't had any rum today.
Tell it to the family later, Amy.
Okay, the coconut is almost saving this, but the lime, citrus in snacks.
This is the most confused.
Lime. I was surprised.
You know what? This is the most confused I have been by a cookie in a very long time.
Because at one moment it's the coconut cream and it's like, yay. And then it's like, no, this is the citrus cream. Ew.
Well, do we want to be confused even more with unicorn?
Well, yeah, I want to talk about this for another second. This is like being on a date and you're like, I don't like this person. And then you're like, but damn hot. Like, but you know, a little annoying, but like, I could maybe get used to that. You know, like that's kind of how this is. Like I talk myself into and out of it. It's almost like the hot dog pizza.
See, I went the opposite way. I would be more like, you know what, ugly but a good personality, so you're confused as what to do.
Either way.
Yeah.
We all have our vices.
Okay. We're moving on to the unicorn, which this trend needs to go away. I cannot with the unicorn.
It's an ugly purple color that they put blue sugar crystals on.
Yeah, it's the blue sour raspberry flavor typically.
But it's this one is not.
And then a pink cream.
So the flavor that they actually describe this as.
Oh, look at all the blue crystals in there. Sorry.
Yeah. So right, with the way that they describe this on their packaging is this is magical confetti cake batter flavored. And the official flavor name is sparkly unicorn cookies because it does have the little sparkles, the sugar crystals all over it, which I would love to see an Oreo with some bling. I'm surprised they didn't do this for the Lady Gagas.
That would have made those worth the time to do something unique.
I will also say the biggest accomplishment of these is that they actually color match the cream to the cookie.
Pause to go back to the lime because our chat is talking about the lime M&Ms. Have we found those yet? I know so yes, we are going to be having those on a future episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lime cheesecake, we have those.
These aren't bad. They're better than other unicorn things.
True. I remember the first one we had, it was so sour. It was just not even fun.
I kind of get a bit of confetti cake, but mostly it's just sweet cookie.
I'll say this, it's the best cake flavored cookie we've had on the podcast today.
I don't know how to feel about this.
I like it more than expected, but I don't know if that's saying much.
I feel better about it than the unicorns do. These are at Kroger. Sonia can't find the lime M&Ms. They're in Target stores. They're the key lime M&Ms. They're in the Easter candy section. They're not in the general M&M department, but they're an Easter special. So where the Peeps are, the lime M&Ms not far behind. Yeah, these are a very confusing cookie. I feel like if they didn't call it unicorn, I would feel differently about it. Because I'm like, this is pretty good. I like this. I'm like, but it's a unicorn. I'm back to where I was, where I'm talking myself in and out.
You know, they're sweet, but it's a different kind of sweet. I don't quite know how to describe it. Because it's not a sour sweet. I was expecting sour sweet.
Yeah, you were expecting raspberry, and it's not. It's just
yeah.
I am loving the smell of the next ones, the salted caramel chocolate.
Yeah, so salted. By the way, I want to take a moment here because this one you really see it to talk about the shapes on the top of these. of all of these ones. Where like Oreo just has like a pattern. This has like divots. This actually would
They're
really
deep
hold up
divots.
well to like peanut butter.
They are deep divots.
Yeah.
Oh, and this one doesn't separate as easily. Oh, it did though. Never mind. I'm just gonna inhale the caramel smell.
I like that. It's not overwhelming caramel, but there's just a hint.
That is nice.
You know, there's not really a lot to say about this one as advertised. It's chocolate caramel.
Yeah, the cream is this is a very nice cream. I have to say, Kroger is giving Oreo a run for the money on their Oreos.
Yeah, definitely. We're being told we should try different types of sausage. I mean, we went to meat raffles and won at meat raffles.
Yeah, I had the gummy bear sausages. Look at that.
These are really good.
And yeah, I love when we try weird or gross things because I tolerate them better than the others. I feel like at some level, like these are weird Oreos.
Yeah, Brian gets tortured the most with weird things.
Less gross than I would have thought. Yeah. Corey, I have a question just in the chat. They're talking about the sausages, the Bangers and Mash podcast. What category would you look for that under?
Was that a trick question?
It's just, yeah, if I kind of come listen to the Bangers and Mash podcast.
I mean, if you know English foods, I think that would be a no-brainer.
But if you don't, like if you know,
I would.
If you only know like entertainment of the 1970s, very different. It's like a military comedy drama, and I don't even know what the Bangers would be.
My mind did not go to military comedy with that. I don't
know. Exactly. So there's 3 of these.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
I kind of teased it. FMK.
Yes.
Ooh.
I am very conflicted here.
Ooh.
I am not. I can go.
Go for it, Amy.
I am going to frolic with the unicorn. I was surprised, but I liked it better than anticipated. It's a good sweet cookie. I mean, it's just sweet. It's a little bit of flavor there, but it wasn't bad. And it's interesting colors. You get a little sparkle. I'm a girl. I like sparkle. That likes sparkle. But I don't need it forever. So that's a frolic.
I think that Amy is spouting the societal gender norm that sparkles are for girls. So I'm just going to.
Yeah.
I changed it to.
I like sparkle. Hello, Neil Diamond.
A girl that likes sparkle. Not only girls like sparkle.
Listen, I've already written letters to Neil Diamond that when he passes, I would like his wardrobe.
I mean, aren't you not?
I love sparkles.
Blinded by my sparkling personality.
Let's move on.
So I'm going to kill the birth. What was the other one? The lime, the coconut lime. It was better. That was also better than expected, but that was really low expectations after the smell of just lime. And I like lime flavor, but this was, again, it's a cookie. I'll eat them, but they're not, I have to choose. It's got to die. That means I'm marrying the salted caramel chocolate. It has such a great aroma. But as Brian said, it's not overpoweringly caramel or chocolate, so it's not too much, as people say, of that you can only have a little. So that's just so good. And I can dunk it in milk. I can dunk it in chocolate ice cream. I can booze it up. You
sound like my grandmother right now. I can dunk it in. You can dunk it in everything. We're dunking everywhere. Oh, you should see.
I'm not dunking it in gravy.
You could.
That might.
But I
mean, it's kind of like if there's gravity where you are, I bet it goes in.
And if you're a coffee drinker, I bet these would be great dunked in coffee.
Oh, or hot chocolate.
Yeah, definitely hot chocolate. So anyway, that's I'm varying the salted caramel chocolate.
You know what, Amy? I'm gonna also marry that one for many of the same reasons. I mean, it's a good combo. It's chocolate, it's caramel, it's not too much of one or the other. Mm-hmm. It's a good balance. So yeah, we're gonna get hitched, and like it's gonna be a traditional old-fashioned wedding with It's not going to be a rush thing. We're going to like take our time and do it right and have a big ceremony. And yeah, that's going to be good times. I really want to, do the unicorn frolic. I can't.
Frolic.
I can't this week. The little chunks, they just get stuck in your mouth. And, that's just the deciding thing here. Even though it's not as sour as I thought, it's sweeter than I thought it was going to be. The crystals, the chunks just ruin it. No need, no reason for that. I will give a frolic to the coconut lime, though. As much as I dislike the lime, I can't stay away from that coconut forever. So we're going to have, this is going to be my cookie with benefits here.
I think he's done, Danny.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to decide how I'm going to tell you guys that I'm going to do this, and then we're going to end the podcast and maybe forever.
I was going to say no, but you're in charge of the on-off button there.
So,
well, maybe we should say first, speaking of cookies, there is a new Oreo out, the strawberry donut, that we hope to have next week. So stay tuned for that too.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with marriage. I talked about it. Shannon nailed it in the chat. The coconut lime, like I love it, and then I kind of just hate it. But then it reminded, I get the coconut and then I get the lime, but I can't stop. I can't get away from it. And if that's not marriage in a nutshell, what is? I'm very happy with it, but I'm like, this isn't quite what I wanted, but I'm here. I'm here for it. The salted caramel chocolate, I'm gonna kill it. It's good. I'm happy with it. But it's just the steady Eddie. It doesn't excite me. I absolutely can I eat this every day? Yup. Will I ever complain about Nope. But will I ever feel like that high I get from the coconut? No. Even with the lime bringing me down from time to time, this one is just present.
That sounds more like the marriage you described to me than anything.
Yeah, for most people, this would be a good marriage, but I am a flawed human. So I'm going to murder it. And that brings us to the unicorn. And I am going to frolic with it because a unicorn is horny.
Horny.
Mm-hmm.
That's our show, everyone. Have a great week.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Don't say I didn't warn you. But there you go.
Every girl loves a unicorn, right? Wasn't that the myth?
I just like them because they're horny.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thanks for listening.
Well, we have prattled on for a long time, so we can add the podcast, of course, in here.
We'll talk to you next week. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
You too. Oh, pause.
No, I got it.
Sorry, Amy. You too.
I'm the one that have to hit. Yeah.
Oh, I miss the Animaniacs when they would say something, off color, then just say, good night, everybody.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure you guys were ready for that. Because I was sitting waiting for somebody else to make the joke, and I'm like, oh no, you guys didn't. And Daniel, so I had to.
I am such a good
friend. I watched Animaniacs.
You saved it for me, didn't you?
I knew that you were wanting to go there because I know you in and out.
You could have. I would have appreciated it had you. But,
Now that comment is just really creepy.
Sometimes you don't want to leave a joke on the table, but I knew that there would not be leftovers in this case.
No, I just sat back. So thank you, YouTube. You guys were fun.
Yeah. I could start a celery podcast. I could do a whole episode.
You should start a celery podcast. I'm sure that somebody else would love to be on that with you.
Yeah, I think Shauna and Ange, and I think maybe.
It's kind of like I feel like
celery plain. I don't need to dunk it in anything, but it has to be the right stock. They're right.
I feel like there's a lot of stock photos of salads, the people in those stock photos. eating salads, they would enjoy your celery podcast. I mean, it'll be a little it'll be snappy.
And your title, the title of the show can be right in front of my salad.
Right. That's where I was going to go with that. But yep.
I mean, every now and then it'll be a little salty.
And sometimes it will make you want to vomit.
Yeah. Thank you, Heather. We love you too. And Amy is really enjoying the leftovers from last week.
All right. Well, Amy needs to go upstairs. So that is.
No, they're coming downstairs, I thought.
Oh no.
Oh no.
If you left something upstairs, you gotta go get it.
Yeah, go and get up there. Don't mind the folding chairs.
I'm gonna get in the recliner with my kitty.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Then they'll come down.
YouTube. Okay, we love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.